And the fan favorite win goes to Max Flinders in third place.
During the off-season, Max's Superbike team made some upgrades. 2 weeks before the MotoAmerica 2024 Superbike season kicks off at Road Atlanta, Max went to Carolina Motorsports Park to get some seat time in while doing a bike shakedown.
Right over that tripping mark. Start in the middle, push outwards. No bubbles. That's it. I do everything. Video, decal, you name it, Max does. Still doing body work. Trying to make it look all pretty. Well, in English, I'm trying to make it look pretty. So I'm still practicing for the goes.
How long before you take the retirement one?
Like that yellow day. How to just splooge on the bike.
It looks good.
Looks nice. We're at Atlanta, or as they call it, Hotlanta, and it's definitely living up to the name right now. What's up, dude? How are you? Good. It's friggin' warm. I'm setting up today. Sweaty, a little stinky, but I'm alright. I don't know. This is like, you know, when you're in hotel rooms, or you're in a hotel and you get like a hallway, you just want to run. Yeah, I just want to take off.
Do it.
You taking a photo or are you taking a time?
No, I'm really videoing. I don't have much battery left on this.
Go land this. Go land the shirt.
Do it again.
Huh?
Do it again.
How's my nose look? Still peeling? Thanks.
Teeth look good.
Hey, best way to keep up with me, Max Flinders, is on MotoAmerica Line Plus. But like, I know y'all want me to try to look cool.
And action. Stay on the lens. There you go. Perfect. I like it. Let's go.
Action.
And then baggers, but I think you already took my stuff for baggers.
I think at Daytona.
These are a little bit. X? Is it just on like here up? Is this?
Now can you turn straight on first and follow?
How's better? Need more? I also have no rear brake. It sucks. I've not touched that at all. Sucks.
I'm wheeling so much. I'm trying to drag the rear and I just can't. On the brakes, when you come into the corner and then you like just let off the brakes, hitting that apex, it just feels like I've hit a couple spots where there's been a bump and it just feels like it's gonna fucking up. It felt good, the turning was great, everything was good. It just, I don't know if the traction.
Cracking the hose. I can redo it next time.
Okay, so
just pump it a couple of times, you'll get it. There is some brake, it's just not
I was bumping it. It's just when I come out of a corner, I can literally.
What corner is the ball?
It's the last corner and turn 10.
Yeah, I can redo it. Later.
Yeah, it's just like I come up and the wheel comes up. I'm fucking literally stood on the rear brake and nothing's happening. And I'm like, I just need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought he was 88 then. It really threw me off.
Who's it?
It's Sean, I think. He's 89.
Okay.
But it just threw me off the quick glimpse. I was like, hey.
Alex. Oh, he's Alex?
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
No, feeling good. Gillum came by. I was like, I'm latching on to you. I'm just holding on.
Yeah.
So he's Honda's quick. I wasn't pulling on him on the straight. I didn't catch him at all.
No.
And that's a stock Honda.
Yeah.
Other than that, the bike felt good. It was looking nice. Everything was good. It's just, I got to clean it up. Honestly, though, riding like last weekend and then the Aprilia day, it's made me feel really good. It's like I can ride more.
Just be comfortable this morning, I say.
Is it worse than 10 than 12?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Movement of the course, coming back to you, all of that's good.
Yeah, it was just like from that mid corner where that bump is, it was I was just
Okay. He likes the action. The only thing because we're going up more, maybe down.
everything's right.
Hash, okay? But you're close to him. P7. Rocco was hanging on to your ass.
We need to go different sprocket.
Yeah, you need less sprocket, don't you? Shifting too much.
Well, that, and I'm like about to bump the box on 6.
Okay.
So, need a smaller
Take 2
box.
teeth away or so? 2 enough?
Because the drive out of the corner before the straight, third gear is like low, and second gear is too much. Like I'll crash myself.
Okay.
So if we go smaller,
And
then
maybe
I
shift
can stay
points
in
around?
second.
We'll go 2 teeth so you get a major change. Feel it? And they're still sitting like 6. Your mile per hour is only 2 miles per hour off the fastest thing here, and if we take teeth off, you'll get mile per hour back. We're in the mix now. How's the bike feel?
That feels good.
Your own used tires, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I figured that out quick.
I told you our last night, but I figured you forget.
But yeah, no.
But if we can make it stick like this, we can make it fly with good rubbers under it.
Right. Because I was using the rear a lot, so that was mainly.
You want to drop the tire pressure a little bit? Drop the rear tire like 3 pounds.
Drop 3?
Yeah, we can go 3 pounds down, see if you can feel it. So front end's good, and the back end's a little loose.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the bike feel with the cams and throttle? Anything different?
More sensitive.
More sensitive.
Like, well, it's like if I touch it, it's going. So.
Yeah, because before there was a long delay. So do you like that better? Or you want it back?
It's more like the R1, so
You're okay with it. Just you got to get used to it.
I was just like, oh.
Oh, it's there. Yeah. You just tell me what you want.
33.
Still sitting in the same place?
9th at the minute.
Okay. Front end.
No, just like lengthen the bike.
Okay.
Because it's
When I put 2 teeth on it, it's going to lengthen the bike probably a half inch.
Because it's just wheeling. Like, it never wheelies, and it wheelied on me 3 times. I'm like, stop it!
I guess that's a good feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the power to get it up, but it's
We didn't have that before.
Yeah.
What's it doing right at the top of the RPMs climbing?
Yeah.
That's those cams coming off.
Okay.
Yeah. Stomp the brakes. Stay down, stay down. Yeah, yeah, we'll do that. And if we have to, we can put a little round in the rear if we need to.
There you go.
Can you do that belly roll? Anyway, a recap of so far. The R1 felt great this morning. I went nearly as fast as I've done in a race pace, which was kind of awesome. We saw some stuff, and we had Brad with us, and Russ has all like the new stuff set up, so we could just look at the data and look exactly what I was saying. So I was like, hey, in this corner it felt like this, and he looked at it and he's like, yep, you bottomed out in that corner, so we'll add some more. So it's that's super helpful. Rode the R1 great. Unfortunately at the end though, I started getting a little bit of arm pump, so I got off a little bit early to go to the baggers, and I got arm pump while I was riding the bike. So it kind of sucked because I hate arm pump because that's me, not the bike, you know. But I just went over to Dr. Jim and everything, and they just, I don't know if you see the dots right here, dot, 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 and then there's some on the back. He just needled me, so that was fun. But hey man, so far we're looking good. Can't get my leathers off. Feeling really nice, you know. Let's go.
It's not bad.
Baz, yeah.
That's about it. But all the others should be behind you.
Yeah. Am I still in front of Gillum?
You're in front of Gillum, yeah. Gillum's doing 28.5,
28.1?
28.19. Yeah.
I'd say.
Obviously, he'll push as hard as he can in the last few minutes.
If I can get into 27s,
Yeah, that'd be
this
good.
session, that's race pace from last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, that's good.
So if I can get there, I'm gonna be happy. If I can break into 26s, if I get a 26 anything,
Yeah,
that's amazing because that's my fastest I've ever done here. So
I mean, if you'd hook on to Bobby, Sean, Pash, or Beach,
yeah,
they're all just
Get
in
it
front of you. Just in front of you. 10 minutes.
yeah. Hey, let me know when you guys are all set.
What's in the front? What's in the front? So did you like the throttle better before or now? I can put it back just like it was.
I like the
And leave
throttle-
everything else
I
alone.
like the throttle before, like at
Okay.
Coda. It
Okay.
was really
I'll leave all this setting. What about the blip and all that? Does that feel better? Engine braking okay?
Yeah,
Just throttle change.
yeah, just the throttle.
Why'd your elbow stop?
This track's so physical. It's like you come through turn 1 and you're here and you're pressuring this elbow. Then you have to go up a hill. You have to fight it to come over to here. Then you have to go right, left, right. Then you go into that a little bit. Then flip it straight back to the left. Then flip it back to the right. Then left, right, then left. And it's all like bang, bang, bang. So you just bang, 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 bang all the way through. And it's like,
You want to see it wiggle? Hold on, show you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. As Jason Derulo says.
what up? Chick-fil-A, baby.
Eat more chicken.
We are excited to have Max Flinders join us. Max Flinders won the MotoAmerica Sportsman of the Year award. And I have to tell an embarrassing story about Max. When we started racing MotoAmerica, there was this wonderful racer who would come at every race and say good luck to my husband. And I have to admit, we were always on the back row of a pretty big island. And this young man came and said good luck. And we noticed he was doing that at every race. And that was Max Flinders. And that's just an example of what a wonderful sportsman he is in the paddock.
So I'm Max Flinders. I race in the baggy class on an Indian Challenger with Mad Monkey Motorsports. And I'm in the Superbike class with Thrash Bike Racing. Both bikes are pretty bright yellow. You probably see me out there. And I love racing both of them. We're privateer teams on both sides, so we're always fighting up against the bigger guys. I mean, if you look down this pit lane and you see the 18-wheeler, 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 and then the really small guy, that's us. So, I've been racing with MotoAmerica since it started. I actually did the first lap ever for MotoAmerica at Coda on EVR, and ever since I've been hooked, and I've been here racing, staying in front of you guys, and just living the dream, honestly. So, yeah.
So, do you pit together, and how do you manage? You have two separate pit crews, two teams. So, how do you manage keeping up with both of those?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Superbike team that is, honestly, that's my main focus at the moment because I've been with those guys for so long and they're working really, really hard. I picked up the bagger team last year, and honestly, they called me up and they're like, hey, we might have a ride for you on a bagger. And I was like, I'm in. I don't care. I'm doing it. That's awesome. I want to do it. So, I got to join those guys, and those guys are super cool. They understand. I've got Superbikes. I've got bagger. So the hardest thing for me is running back and forth. I'll come in from the Superbike. They're like, hey, we need to talk. I was like, in a second, I have to go ride the bagger real quick. And then I ride the bagger, and then I have to remember what I just did on the Superbike to come in to talk about it. And then I have to go back afterwards to go to the King Ride. So it is a bit of been an issue sometimes, but luckily I've got a really good memory. I haven't, knock on wood, hit my head too many times. So it's a bit difficult, but both teams are really, really awesome. They're both super understanding. The bagger team is hilarious. My team is hilarious. Like it's a really good group of people to be around. I mean, the reason I got Sportsman of the Year is probably because my team is so humble. They're so nice. They made me want to be a better person, go talk to people, say good luck and stuff. So I have to give it up to both teams. They're almost still sound.
As Atlanta comes to an end, Max placed 10th in a race. Won on Saturday and high-sided during race 2 on Sunday, not finishing the race. In the King of the Baggers on Saturday, Max finished in 6th place. After his wreck in race 2 of the Superbike, he didn't let the pain deter him.
Scheduled for this race, it's Mission King of the Baggers, race number 2 for Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. The lights are on, they're gone, and we're away racing.
But these big heavy bikes, he is on the tires that we think he's on. This is a no-brainer for him. And now Max Flinders finds himself going up the inside of the factory Harley-Davidson of Kyle Wyman. As they come down this front straightaway, Max Flinders takes over 3rd down into turn 1.
Wow. Coming off of a podium in the final race of the season at New Jersey last year, Max Flinders, the 88, the crowd favorite, puts himself in a great position on that Mad Monkey Motorsports Indian Challenger. Boy, and the 88 is really making a name for himself in this class. Incredible. Look at Flinders go, JP.
Yeah, and this is where there's only a couple spots. You see how the bike's backing in and around just there like it did on Max? That's because of the weight of the bike and the softness of those Dunlop reins. But the 88 has found conditions that he likes, and they're sketchy conditions, and this guy rides so well under those. It's Greg on that warm-up lap, and look, trying to find water and getting all kinds of loose and sideways is Hayden Gillum. Max Flinders has got Hayden Gillum in his gun sights, and you can see behind them, you got Kyle Wyman and Tyler O'Hara, who has displaced James Rispoli, who did come across the line in 5th, but I didn't see James in that shot at all.
Looks like Max Flinders all over the back of the number 1 of Hayden Gillum.
You can see Tyler O'Hara is right there as well. The 2 factory Harleys. And Greg, honestly, I'm very puzzled by the decision of a lot of these riders. I know it's wet at the bottom of the S's, but that is it. That's really the only place. And with the amount of heat that's going to go through these tires on these big heavy bikes, you can just see how loose the bike is for Hayden Gillum. Max Flinders has pace, as does Tyler O'Hara on the 29. See the big black marks?
That was sideways on the gas, and that's the second black mark he left coming out of turn number 7 for the number 1. But he's going to lose drive on that, and so Tyler O'Hara, who Hannah says is on those slick tires, goes around these two that are battling it out as Flinders trying to find a good line around Hayden Gillum, but we know that Gillum is so strong into 10A, 10B from yesterday's race. But with the tires on these 2 bikes, we should see Tyler O'Hara disappearing off into the distance. And boy, you know, as Flinders trying to go side by side, not a lot of room with those bags on him.
No, there's not a lot of room. So if you're Max Flinders, if you can somehow kind of keep up but not overuse that tire, you might have something for Gillum late. I mean, when he comes out of the right-hander onto the back straightaway and he lights it up as much as he is, he's just peeling rubber off that tire. And if Flinders can be a little bit safe with that, he'll be okay. This is Flinders having a look coming down that hill. The 88 would love nothing more than to get back on that podium. You see him run through some water there on the inside of the curbing and then miss a gear on his upshift. See him looking down, just missed a gear, but he's got things back under control. As you see him on the right-hand side of your screen, they're going to go through here out of turn 7. This is where Hayden's been lighting that thing up. Both guys are. You can see Hayden shaking his head. He knows. I mean, these guys both know. If you weren't on slicks, it was a wrong choice, obviously.
And now, really, Jason, you know, we are 6 races into this championship, and looking at Kyle Wyman, it's been nothing but Herfoss and Wyman. This could be the race that might determine this championship, as up the inside goes the 88 of Flinders, and he's going to take over position from your reigning national champion. What a ride from Max.
Love it, and he's just riding that thing loose right now. But he, like I said, he has some pace. That thing was sideways, Greg, as they came up over the ridge at 150 plus mile an hour. And Flinders is just letting that bike roll through the corners, taking it a little easier on the Dunlop rubber that he has underneath him. And with 4 to go, Flinders finds himself with a spot and a chance to get back up on this podium once again.
Boy, Max Flinders just enjoying these inclement conditions as he goes sideways. It doesn't really seem to bother him a whole bunch.
It's New Jersey all over for me again. I'm having little mini heart attacks up here in the booth. And for Max, this is just the way he likes to ride that bike. In the background, you can see Kyle Wyman trying to close that.
Still 8 seconds off their pace as Hayden Gillum is not giving up. He's still sending. Oh, Max.
Man, Max. Oh my gosh. How was that even saved? I mean, that is so sideways.
That is 620 pounds of long wheelbase plus.
It's almost can't watch, you know? It's like he just started to have a little bit of a gap, as you're saying. Gillum's coming back on him, and it was like he heard you.
Yeah, Max Flinders. Here's another look at it.
This is past the point of anywhere you'd want to be coming down these S's, and he saves it. And you got to think, Greg, the thing that probably saves him is the weight. The weight of that bike.
No question about it.
Is obviously what saves it there. So that was a big one.
No electronics on these big Mission King of the Baggers motorcycles, as this is the battle for the podium. And as I was mentioning, the #1 plate of Hayden Gillum on that Revzilla Motul Vance and Hines Harley Davidson doesn't want to give up. Neither does Max Flinders, though, on the 88 Mad Monkey Motorsports Indian Challenger. And boy, oh boy, Max sure likes it when it's loose and out of control.
How do you think Hayden's view of that was going down there just then?
I can't.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been something to see. I bet Hayden went, uh-oh, and then he looks up and sees the guy still upright. The 88's got 2 more laps of this. And I'm sure everybody in his pit are probably doing the same thing I'm doing up here in the booth.
Wow, Max magic here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Can he hold on with a little under 2 laps to go? And here's the section of racetrack he's getting to, where he sent it sideways a moment ago. My guess is it's not going to be as much throttle.
It's going to be safer, I promise.
Yeah,
there you go.
Attaboy.
There, we all feel better now. But Max just riding the wheels out of this Indian. I love seeing it. And obviously, last year when he put it on the podium at Jersey, it was a fan favorite moment for everybody. And I know he just came off of an accident in the Superbike race earlier today, and he's doing a good job right now, Greg. He's got about a lap and 3 quarters to go.
Yeah, he's a full-blown racer. Even an incident in Steel Commander Superbike doesn't care. He the final lap, the white flag flies. This is for the final step on the podium.
You see that?
Can Max Flinders hold on? Max Flinders would put himself in a position once again to find a podium.
He's got to be absolutely as smooth as he can in these next 2 corners and not allow Hayden to get within about 2 or 3 bike lengths of him in the braking zone in turn 10. If Max can get out of turn 7 clean and Hayden spins that big Harley up at all, that's going to give Max a little bit of breathing room.
Here it comes over the hill with a huge gap is Max Flinders. 1 more corner to navigate, and he's going to do it again from the last race of the year to Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, and Max Flinders, another podium, 3rd place. Incredible. How do you like that? Mad Monkey Motorsports Indian Challenger.
You check out Max Flinders, Roger. As he came past our camera, you could hear him inside of his helmet yelling.
You can just see the emotion. Look, I mean, you would think he won the race, but for Max, I don't know what it is. Sometimes when the tracks are, and it's basically dry, it's not even that wet. You can't really say it was a wet race, but whatever he did before this race, he needs to write that down and be sure he does that before every other race. Crashed in the Superbike race. I didn't even know if he was going to be. I came in the booth and asked if Max was even on the grid. And man, just watching him ride it, I mean, he was riding the wheels off that thing and sliding it rear end, front end, and man, it was fun to watch. Scary to watch, but fun.
It was the save of a lifetime for him, too.
Mom's on FaceTime too!
Hi, Tracy!
You little fucker! Hell yeah! Save of the year, buddy! Nice move out there! Oh my god! Oh my god! You mother. Hey, he's on the bike. He's on the bike. Oh my god! Oh my god! Get in here!
He raced the 2nd race of the King of the Baggers. Max finished 3rd place in his first podium this year in King of the Baggers. Next round is in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park.
This feels way safer than that bagger right there.
Hey man, I won't highside you, I promise.
Want to talk to front? I'm here. That ain't broken at all. Dude, my hip hurts so bad.
It's your hip?
Dude, yeah. Your hip? That high side on the Superbike. Good job, guys.
Well done.
Good to see y'all up here.
Okay. Going really well with a bad decision. You know with that. Was there any question in your mind, or was that the tires you were going to use?
After getting off the Superbike, I did think maybe we should go to slicks, but then I crashed and I didn't get a chance to talk to the team. So that's what they had on the bike, and we're a small team, so we don't have the time to change it on the pit lane. So, hey man, that's what we went on. No, nearly all of us were on the same tire, except that smart guy right there. But, oh, both of you? These smart guys right here. But then other than that, it was fair game, and I was sliding around like you guys saw, but oh man, they had that bike really good. I love sliding around, so it was a good time.
How close were you to not making that one big one back there?
That, honestly, that was the biggest pucker factor I've had in a long time, besides just crashing. But, hey man, I already crashed once today, my hip hurt. I was like, hey, let's send it on this one. It can't get much worse. And yeah, it went real sideways, but like I said, thanks to my dad for putting me in flat track. It paid off right there.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Good job, man. Tucker's the right one for that.